Yeah, so I guess where we left off was, I hope that the idea that everyone has of me is that I'm a pretty nice guy, and that
I hope
okay,
that everyone thinks I'm
and I guess that he's just a loyal Ron Weasley for anyone, so instantly everyone's friend. I don't know. Okay.
Where'd the blue sweatband come from?
Okay, that was partially because the wig they gave me. There was a whole thing where we said initially, like 2 weeks before the show, they went, "We're not going to give you a wig," and I didn't have a lot of hair at that point. I had like a buzzed head. I was growing back from a bald, shaved head, which was a horse every different color story for a different day. But they were like, I had a buzzed head, and they were like, "We'll just spray your head red." And one day, like, they brought this red hair dye thing, and we sprayed it, and it didn't look red at all. It just looked dark brown. And we went, "This sucks. We need to give you a wig." So they got me a wig, and it just didn't fit well. So I brought the headband in one day, and I put it on, and this is kind of funny. And it was like around the time when Juno jokes were still being made, I guess. So everyone went, "Yeah, I was just wear it during the show," and during certain times in the show, we'd wear it, and I guess when energy got heightened or action scenes would go on, it was like, "We'll wear the headband." And it made the wig look cooler too, because the wig looks so stupid. The part is all weird in the way it fits on the head. This is stupid. So the headband made it look, I guess, slightly cooler. So that's where it came from.
Joe Moses actually told me that he started that headband craze, and because he was wearing a headband when I met him.
Oh, well, he wears like bandanas a lot. But Nick and I lived in a house our sophomore year, and in the beginning of the year we had a party, and it was a spandex party. So we went out to American Apparel and bought a bunch of cool clothes, and that's when I bought that headband. And we had the coolest outfit during these parties, and then that headband, I kept it all year, and then at the end of the year we went, "Yeah, I'll use it for the show." So yeah. Anyways.
So what you're saying is you got it at American Apparel?
It's at American Apparel. You can get it if you'd like at American Apparel. I bought another number of other headbands and tank tops and stuff there. American Apparel's great.
I can't wait to see how many of them go buy a headband. I'm so excited. What's with the red vines?
Well, the red vines, we got contacted in between shows when we were writing the second show after that we announced that we were doing the second show by a man named Doug, who works with the Red Vine Marketing Corporation of American Licorice, and his daughter had seen the show, loved the first show, knew that we were doing the second show, and there's the whole food joke, and said, "Hey, I would love to send you a bunch of red vines if you'd like to use them for the show as kind of a pseudo product placement thing." And they took the joke. So they sent us an entire box of just red vines and all sorts of packaging of red vines and the new grapevines, which are a new product that aren't or will soon be on the shelf, which are quite good. They're better than regular red vines, I think. In my opinion, they're pretty good. And they wrote it in the show, and the minute that when we got the script, it's so funny how it just became a strict product placement joke of the show, and we just kind of rolled with it. So we have all these red vines, we might as well use them. So it became the only snack in the second show. So.
I noticed.
Yes.
You said on Twitter that you met with Red Vine's marketing people.
We just met with Doug. We met with Doug, and Doug, it was kind of a thank you dinner for what he had done for us, and we met with his daughter and his wife, and we brought them some thank you posters that we signed for all of them, and they're I don't know how much I'm obliged to say about things that we're trying to do with Red Vines in the future, but there may be certain things that we might try and do to maybe.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. That there's so many things that are coming from these.
There are. It's very exciting. So yeah.
I have heard so many different things about the Taylor Lautner poster.
Okay.
Was it supposed to be there? Was it improv?
The Taylor Lautner thing was there was a joke. It all comes back to the fact that there was a joke on the show that didn't work, and it was a joke called Big Fat Tummy, and it was a joke that Ron had a big fat tummy that he spoke to throughout the show. And it was where I had a joke where I would go, "What do you think, Big Fat Tummy?" He would go, "I don't know, wrong. And it was a joke that we were going through rehearsal and it just didn't read. And we're like, this isn't funny. And the whole joke was that Big Fat Tummy was ultimately supposed to be Peter Pettigrew. And that's like the tummy jumped off and that was the joke. And it didn't end up working, so we just went, shit, how are we going to make Peter Pettigrew? Like, who's going to be Peter Pettigrew? And we had a joke where, like, maybe the owl should be Peter Pettigrew. We're like, maybe the rat actually should be Peter Pettigrew. We should just kill the rat. And we thought, no, it's okay. And then there was the whole thing with the Taylor Lautner poster. And this was maybe days before the show where we went, what are we going to do? And there was the whole Taylor Lautner poster joke in Umbridge's office. And we said, well, just make the poster another bad person like we did in the first show. We went, that's kind of stupid and cheap. But we went, people will probably buy it. We should just roll with it. So we didn't really know how to do it to make it funny. So the whole joke is we went, let's have a planned goof. And the whole thing is, it's fake improv, where the whole thing of me trying to get it off the wall was totally planned. And we had to make it seem like everyone's gonna, oh, they effed up. They totally fucked up. It's like, oh no. And so we had the idea where everyone's gonna, oh, look how much they messed up. How funny it is. And then people started to think, wow, good covering of the not being able to get the poster off. And then it was ultimately where it's like, we got you guys, because the poster is actually the planned joke of the show. So it was a planned goof, is the best way to explain it, of how it worked. And the improv was all planned, so it wasn't improv in the first place. Sorry to ruin the illusion for anyone who watches this.
It was funny.
We wrote it.
I was laughing so when you were like, it's stuck out there by magic.
Yeah. We figured that was the funniest line that we could think of.
That was a good one. I liked it. What was your favorite part of either a Harry Potter musical or a Harry Potter sequel?
Well, okay, like favorite scene,
yeah,
I guess.
Whatever.
Well, my favorite part of both shows, I guess, would be just the idea of the fact that it's just a bunch of our friends pretty much telling fart, pee, and poop jokes for days. And hanging out and doing these shows with each other that a lot of what everyone sees on stage of whatever jokes that are told and whatever chemistry that we appear to have is just us being really good friends and having a really fun time with each other. But I will say, my favorite scene of both shows has got to be the Mama Umbridge scene in the second show. I have video of it where we're all sitting there watching rehearsals, and I just remember like weeping, crying. We were all laughing so hard at Nick doing the Mama Umbridge thing. And we couldn't tell if we were laughing because it was borderline inappropriate or if it was just genuinely funny, and we were just laughing just so hard, sitting there just bawling at how funny it was. And I must say that is my favorite scene and still will continue to be my favorite scene in the show. And even when we went back and watched the video, there were things that I didn't catch of like Nick licking his lips, and I can go back and just watch it every time. That is definitely my favorite scene of both shows.
Are you guys gonna put up like outtakes and stuff from rehearsals? Because I know that there have been people asking for that.
I don't know.
I don't think there are many.
I don't think there are many. Our film crew who filmed the show had a bunch of backstage stuff that is somewhere on DVDs of us interviewing stuff that's really, really funny, of like us doing things. And there was a joke where I would walk in the back of everyone's interview, and there's a lot of really funny stuff that's out there somewhere. I just don't know where it is or who's gonna post it up. Bonnie has countless hours of video and of things. There's a whole ton of video of us getting really mad at each other. And I know there's a video that someone has of us choreographing the short little dance moves we did in No Way. And it's Darren and I don't know, I don't care anymore. It's Darren and Bonnie and the choreographer fighting and like yelling at each other about how stressed they are.